By following all these steps I'm telling you guys, by going to the flea market often, will create opportunities for you guys to become more efficient and a better business person to help grow your business to make money in these times. How to make money at your local flea market, part 1. This is a 1950s Western stamping toy cash register that still works. Now, if you find things that are on the floor at your local flea market, like this thing was, and it's not behind a display booth or behind glass or on a table at your local flea market, most likely the owner doesn't really care about that as much as what they do on what's on the table. Now, I found this bad boy for $5 at your local flea market, and I later sold it on eBay for $37. How to make money at your local flea market, part 2. Do I show up early or do I show up late? Well, the answer is both, and I'll explain why. Go into your flea market early. I think it's great if you're looking for certain things, or if you have a list of things, or you're looking for that hard to find rare item. Going to the flea market early is your best bet to try to find something. But also keep in mind though, that your vendor has all day to sell that item that you are asking for, or you want to haggle down. Most likely they're probably not going to haggle as much, or not as much as what you're thinking they're going to haggle down for. Like, keep in mind, like I said, they have all day to sell that item. And also keep in mind that you have to pay a cover charge to most of these flea markets. So we're trying to make some money. So going early might not be your best bet to make that most amount of money, the bottom dollar, or the most money you can possibly make. Also, going early, there's a term I like to use. It's called the keep it pricing. And to me, what that means is I'm going to end up keeping the items I find because there's not enough room left to sell the item for me to make a profit. So I end up keeping it. So going early becomes more of a keep it pricing for items that I find. All right, so showing up to the flea market late is what I probably do the most. It's slightly because I don't have to pay the fee getting in, and also that most of the vendors around 2 o'clock, around a couple of my local flea markets, are packing up or deciding to leave for the day. And so usually the item that I see, it's not something I would want to keep, but I know that I sold it in the past and I made money off of it. And keep in mind, it's the end of the day. Most likely it's probably been hot, or they probably got a lot of no's. So I already know that whatever item that you're selling, or that they're selling, that whatever price they were asking was probably too high. So when I come in and then I go, how much is this? They're probably going to give me their best pricing on that. And then that's where I haggle. And so they say a number and I go, how about this? And they're most likely going to take that because it's the end of the day. Maybe they didn't make all that money that they were hoping to make that day. And now here's the last opportunity, so to speak, for them to sell that item. So for me, to answer the question at the beginning of the second step, I like going late just because that's where I make more money for me personally, going late to the flea markets than actually going early. How to make money at your local flea market, part 3. All right, always be looking for smalls. What is smalls, you might be asking? Smalls are not furniture or a steamer trunk or something big and bulky like the tool chest right there. It's something that is small, like this coffee can, for example, or this Donald Duck book that's super old, or this dictionary from the 1900s. I think it's 1918, I believe. This is what keeps my business thriving. So I always look for small items that are light in weight, easy to mail, because remember, shipping is sometimes can be expensive. So shipping a heavy item, you're gonna pay a pretty hefty fee versus something that is light in weight or something that's small. So the margin on your profit is greater than something that potentially is bigger and heavier. You have to do more of the research and more homework to know your shipping prices to actually make the most amount of money you can. So this is what keeps me through my business, is finding smalls and keep my inventory moving. And so I'm always constantly looking for small items. How to make money at your local flea market, part 4. That's cash is king. Always remember that. Cash is king. We are going to bring enough money with us to our flea market that we are going to invest into our business. And so if you spend it all, that's okay, because that's the amount of money that we're willing to spend in our business to hopefully make some profit on eBay, Amazon, or Craigslist, or whatever you are going to sell these items through. And I'm talking about 1s, 5s, 10s. Make sure you have them, because we're not dealing with 20s, and we're not going to wait for the vendor to go get exact change back to us. So always make sure you have your 1s, 5s, and 10s ready to go. So cash is king. I know it's very simple. Always have your cash with you. Make sure we have our cash in our pocket, and that whatever we spend, or we spend all that money, it's like Vegas, and that we're okay of losing or spending or investing, or whatever you want to say, into our business, because if it's all gone, that's okay. How to make money at your local flea market, part 5. One of the greatest secrets I can possibly give you guys is to be a regular at your local flea market. And the reason why is that you're buying all this great stuff from all these vendors, or maybe just one vendor, maybe 2, maybe more. You're buying all this great stuff from all these vendors, and then you just simply go back home or go sell it. But the common mistake that people make is not taking some of the time to actually start to know your vendors. So if you're buying all this stuff from a particular vendor, you should get to know that vendor, know their interests, what they like. Maybe they might even tell you where they find some of this stuff or who they get it off of. But starting to know your vendors, they start to hold items for you because they know you're looking for something like that. And if you're a regular, they will hold those items for you. And that way you don't have to get to the flea market early. They're holding it for you. So they expect to see you, and they'll happy to give you those items. Also, that the haggling, you don't have to do so much, because they already know that you're a regular, that you're buying stuff from them, and that the haggling already down at almost a rock bottom price, because they have to make a little money, you have to make a little money. And so by knowing them, you have that opportunity at the first crack at something, because they know your particular wants or interests that you're into. Also keep in mind that knowing your vendor, I'm constantly buying and selling stuff. So by knowing your vendor and what they're looking for, because they are collectors too, most of them are collectors too, that they know that you have certain things that they are looking for that they can sell to particular customers as well, that they will call you, or next time you see them, they will let you know, hey, I'm looking for this thing. And so that is a great opportunity for you to sell something else that you don't have to sell on the socials, that you can sell directly back to this guy. So you make some money, he made some money, and it's a win-win. So it's another great opportunity to know your vendor. How to make money at your local flea market, part 6. Next is the high and low technique. What do I mean by a high and low technique? You can tell by pickers, collectors, or regulars. They use this technique all the time, and you can tell just by when you watch people go by, or if you were selling at a flea market, you can just tell that they're a regular and they use this technique. When using your high and low technique, you are looking up high. We're looking and seeing what's up high, and now we are now using the low technique. Make sure that we can see everything on the bottom so we do not miss anything that could bring some value to our business. This is the high and low technique. How to make money at your local flea market, part 7. Next up is haggling. The vendors almost expect the person to haggle their prices. There's a way to do it. Some people are just cutthroat. Some people are nice. It's almost like an art in itself to haggle. There's many things you can read on it. But I found these things to be the most effective for me, which I think would help you out. Group pricing or bulk buying is what I do the most, and it's worked out for me quite well. So what you do is you find a whole bunch of items that you're interested in, and most of the items that I do get, I already know that I sold it before or have roughly a good idea of how much it's worth. So when the vendor shoots me a price, you can haggle from that price that they give you with the group of items that you have, and so you can get the item lower cost than what you can buy the item just by itself. So group pricing to me is key. And when I go out to find things, I always try to find things that I can group together in their booth, that when I go to buy it, I can buy more quantity or more things at that booth at a lower price. So group pricing is key. The next way you can haggle is, say you're finding a object or item at a booth, and they say, oh, I want, say for this item, I want $10 for that. And they're not willing to haggle. Well, what you do is you say, okay, I'm willing to buy that for $10, but like this item, I'm also interested, since I paid 10 for that, would you give me this for a better deal? And most likely of the time, they will do that. The next step to haggling is the walk away. And the walk away is just simply walking away from the deal and coming back later. So you walk away, taking a chance that your item might still be there, look at other vendors' stuff, and then you come back to that booth because it's something that you're super interested in, and come back to them and you go, how much is this item? And they might be giving you a greater deal on that just by simply walking away, because there was no other interest in it from the time that you walked away to look at other things and now coming back. And the next step of haggling is to be a regular. Like I was saying in our steps that we're learning, is to be a regular also helps you haggle the price or get a better deal. And also, side note to that is it's okay to haggle. They're there to make money, and you are also there to make money. And so by being the regular helps you get probably a price that's way less than what a just random Joe coming in. And also just by simply asking the question, will you take this for this? It doesn't hurt to ask. How to make money at your local flea market, part 8. it is crucial that you do know your shipping costs or have some idea of how much the item you are picking up or you are buying, that if it's super heavy, that you are going to pay probably a lot in shipping costs versus the item that is super lightweight, that are small, that are just, like I said, light in weight to ship. Your shipping costs are going to be way down. I know that's very simple, but a lot of people make that mistake by buying something that they like, and when they pick it up and they go, oh, it's really heavy, or it has a couple pounds to it, the shipping costs to you is going to be expensive. You want to make sure you know your United States Post Office flat rates, and or if it's really heavy, the key to me when I bought heavy things in the past is ship them FedEx. FedEx gives you way better deals on something that's super heavy than the United States Post Office is going to give you. So if you are going to buy heavy things, you check out FedEx, because FedEx has a better deal than the United States Post Office. But make sure you know your shipping costs or your weights when you buy items. How to make money at your local flea market, part 9. Making a list or a mental list of things you are looking for helps me out, especially when I'm trying to make money in my business. I make mental notes, because I've been doing it for such a long time, that I look around for certain items that I know if I sold in the past and have a good idea of what I've sold them for. For example, I've bought this Ben-Hur mustard tin can for a few dollars. I want to say either $3 or $4. But I've sold this in the past for $30 to $40. And I know that because I keep on finding them, because Ben-Hur is more of a sought after brand than like Schilling or some other brands that I'm familiar with, that this one will bring me $30 to $40. So I'm always on the lookout for Ben-Hur items or the mustard or stuff that I've sold in the past because I know it sells. Or I've bought these solder paste tins as well. I believe I paid $3 to $4 for these as well. But I have sold these on eBay for the both of them for $14 to $15. So I know by spending $3 and my shipping costs are going to probably be around $3 to $4, that I know that I have this much room on my costs, on my profit when I go to ship it. So these are items that I particularly look for. I mean, there's many other examples that I look for, but these are the items that I know that I can sell and still make money. So it's crucial to make that mental note. And so keep track of all the things you sold, or make a PDF, or keep records of what you sell, so you can better learn over the years or the time that you invest and go into these flea markets and the money that you spend, that you know when you sell certain items that you know you're going to get X amount of dollars for it because you have sold that before. How to make money at your local flea market, part 10? Wow, part 10. Next is to be prepared and to have fun. I know those are really simple, but I think they're crucial. By being prepared is by bringing some waters, some snacks with you, because you are going to be there for quite a while and you're walking around and it gets, well, I live in California, it gets hot. So drinking water throughout the day helps me keep me focused. By having those snacks, it helps to keep me focused and keeps me chipper throughout the day, especially when it's hot. I can get a little cranky, but yeah, I mean, by preparing those things would help you and your business a lot. And I know it's very simple, but it is crucial, and I think it's key. Also, just simply having fun. Have fun at your flea market. Enjoy that you're there. Enjoy that I think it's just fun to find something that you haven't seen before, or something that's 50, 70, years old, that this person is going to sell that to you for like this price, and then you know that price is like really low, and that you're just amazed that you can get something that's so old for so cheap. And then that if you've been doing it for a while, that kind of like chills or goosebumps you get for getting a great deal that you know you're going to make X amount of dollars later on. I mean, that just, so, to me, is so much fun. So having fun and being prepared are crucial steps, I think, on how to make money at your local flea market. I hope you guys enjoyed these videos that I've done, and I hope you guys learned something. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Let me know down below if there's any other steps you guys do, or any experiences you guys had by doing these steps. Just let me know. This is Found This, signing off, and I'll see you guys on the next one.